you know, I'm just going to get this out of the way. There was some banter in the server, some good banter. But we'll revisit this in a moment, actually, because the pistol round's underway. People can wait to know the banter.
I think Simple was shooting at the chicken down the bottom, was he? There's no player there.
Yeah, I did see it. Looked like a head. This is a smoke. This is one of the smokes. I've not seen it though. Let's see. Running, jumping, throwing, and it's going to go library side. It seems. Oh, it's deep arch, so they can wrap into CT. That's a really cool smoke for Rare Atom. They've got a lot of util. They're throwing it all now and chasing up on the long side. They're going to get that CT control, but Bit takes their first head.
Yeah, Bit strikes first. Rare Atom in a bit of a weird spot here because the forces that were meant to split through spawn are down to 2. Advent's just wilded, trying to be hard to hit, a hard target to set up the rest of his team. They didn't know about Electronic in the graveyard, and he will wrestle with them for that kill. Bomb goes down in A, but Rare Atom haven't even cleared the site. They're just getting mopped up from the pit and graveyard. And now it's all left on to Kaze. 1v4. Up through short, he's landed a dink, but that's the end of the line.
Seemed like they didn't know what they wanted to do in the post spawn there. They were jump clearing every position, but as soon as they found out where Na'Vi were, they stopped running at them. They stopped chasing. Other than that one mini pit player, they just sat in the site, sat grave, and then got picked apart.
Gotta be honest, I assume that what Rare Atom must have been thinking was that they would have more of a fight coming in from Arch, and because they're just hiding in pit and graveyard, they're like, all right, I guess the best we can do is plant the bomb because they're not
on overpass, but they looked good here, and they played double pit, all CT side long with a triple B and gun rounds. Right now, Rare Atom, they need to know what they're up against. Galil's up mid, taking fights early, but Simple just eviscerates 3. Won't be able to finish more, but his job is done. It's poised Bit in the apartments to at least take one with him.
Oh, yeah. Dropping down. One to the dome, but Bit wrestling with the MP9. Finds a little double there. And so the force for Rare Atom going to fall on deaf ears. Down to the eco now. NaVi, this is a good start to the CT side.
Surely a slight, like a little bit of a sign of disrespect from Simple actually going for the 4th. There's no reason to. He could have just reloaded and fallen back, but it's like I think at that point he's just trying to show them really early on that they're not welcome at all. So yeah, I appreciate that on some level from Simple especially.
Went crazy in that matchup. He was plus 28 at the end of a BO3 they lost. So yeah, just simple things really. But that's a good sign that he's coming warm to ESL Pro League. Na'Vi going to need him more than ever.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that trend even kind of kept up in like the Astralis game, but like a little different, right? He was like quiet on the first 2 maps, and then it was heading into the 3rd, like Simple just comes alive, and then you go, oh, so this is what it's like when you know, like Simple switched on.
Have they lost the smoke? It's actually in front of the flower bed. It must have rolled forward. You can see it on the minimap. Na'Vi are looking for it.
It can roll under this texture right here. No, but it's like
it's on the minimap. You see, it's
yeah,
like in the choke point. So Na'Vi really want that smoke, but they actually have no idea where it's gone. And that's why we see a lot of teams, especially when they're throwing XX, like have lineups to drop smokes in positions they won't roll away from. Very important.
By the way, when there's an opening from Jam Young.
Still going B though.
They are. They love doing that against Liquid. That's how they kind of beat them on the map. Ultimately, very exciting times. And yeah, their B takes were just super powerful. Once you let them set up on the corner there, they're just happy to just try and roll it through. Nice counter boost coming out though, and Perfecto, he's going to get a couple of kills. Might even get Mercury here if he's not careful. Jam Young finally showing up from the other side of the map, but it is a 2-on-3 with the bomb freshly planted.
Yeah, they use their smoke that Na'Vi dropped against them to throw it back in the choke point, and by a few more seconds, Na'Vi are going to reboost, but no kills offered up here. Na'Vi are going to have to force this one. There's a kill. Easy pickings for Electronic, and now in the pool, Jam Young will drown. Na'Vi get that retake with 3 alive. Rare Atom, sloppy post plants. They just swing out from oranges. Kaze didn't even look aware that there was a player on the boost, even though he'd already gotten a kill. Communication may be lacking in that round for Rare Atom, as typically a hallmark problem of Asian CS.
Frustrating where some of the fights are going to be a little bit harder to find. Oh, Bit is not missing much right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a game where you would expect, you know, the core of Na'Vi and Simple, Electronic, and Bit, the firepower trio, to really go crazy. But right now, Rare Atom down a man. Lots of util, that's good. They've held on to so much for 45 seconds left in the round. They're going to be able to do what they want. They smoke off long. That means they need to hit B soon before Na'Vi get that info back. MPL already edging back. They're not rotating, though. Rare Atom are about to pop in with a flash.
Yeah, Kaze lining that up, and then the rest of the gang are going to go on the back of it. Flash goes in. They started pulling out other util like they wanted to do more, but the flash has already popped.
Cheeky.
And so they had to go with it, crossing into CT. They're wrapping the ruins now. Electronic heard this, though, looking that way. Advent has spammed him out before anyone else even makes contact. And now NaVi are left looking for a way back in. The boost for Simple gives way to the 3v3. Is this going to be enough to entice NaVi in?
Definitely, definitely. You always go for this. I mean, they have flashes as well to get them back in, and they know Rare Atom are going to be close due to this deep smoke.
They have some money in the bank as well, but yeah, they're starting to question it a little bit more. That's interesting. I thought maybe they would try... there's no more nades left on the Rare Atom side, so there would have maybe been a chance for NaVi to flash their way through, but they're just valuing the economy a little bit more this time.
That's unreal that they don't even like probe, but I think, you know, having AKs, having the orb, like these are, NaVi know that as long as they trade better on the B side next time, they're not going to be in any predicament. But that's a surprise to see the smoke fade at such a favorable time and NaVi not even look at it.
I kind of like it.
It's where we are. It's the meta.
Honest.
It's the meta.
You know,
it's just crazy.
I think, like, for NaVi, in some of these games, you know, there is, like, for my money, there's been this feeling that sometimes they make it a little harder on themselves than maybe they need to. And it's like, I think if you go for that 3v3, you come stage at the major, which was, you know, devastating. That's actually like one of the prime examples I think of when I say, like, you know, for a lot of Asian teams, they get so close, but they don't cross that line. The same story for Tyloo at that event. They also fell 3-2. So for a moment, it looked like we were going to have two Asian teams progressing on through.
Also feels like when they show up at these tournaments, they're really strong early on, but then people figure out their style early, and then it's just not deep enough to be able to sort of go on and win a whole tournament. They're trying to see if they can make their way through, but Mercury, oh, this is actually a really huge opening. Mojor as well coming up with a couple of kills. Bomb's going to be planted behind it, and Simple and Electronic, if they were going to save last time in the 3v3, surely this time it's even more valuable.
It's not even a question now, right? It's like, we kind of set the precedent here. They will just back out, give this one away. So Rare Atom in with a second. But yeah, you know, I think one of the things I'll say about Advent and like why he was kind of my favorite leader, at least, you know, back during that time period of like Tyloo and Vici, is I think that he kind of cools the... I don't know how to describe this because I don't want to make out like it's anything normal. I still think he has like a very unique way of cooling, but his at least for the way I look at the game, like makes the most sense. There's a lot of idea behind it, but he does look for like gimmicky little ways to try and win rounds, right? And that was something back at that kind of pizza that they were great at. They were playing this more standardized style, and with him being in the game so long now, is he's got a very good understanding of, you know, what gimmick is gonna etch a round out for you. And, you know, I think, hell, dude, even the 4v4 retake, there you go. There's like a prime example of something that Advent would come up with.
Wow. I'm kind of a little bit shocked that Electronic didn't get that kill. He definitely had the advantage. I don't think they realized that was going to be a one-way on top of it. But, I mean, in terms of the flash firepower of some of these teams that we've seen over the years coming out of the region, I mean, Liquid, they experienced this firsthand at the start of this group, right? It can be very hard to deal with. Some of the peaks that we saw against Liquid, where people were just getting blown up left and right, and it's so quick. And I think that's also why when you're now running into like a couple of different opponents, oh, the Molotov is good! It's going to burn Perfecto in the corner. That's huge, and there's still plenty of time. But yeah, when you don't get as many straight-up aim fights, this style becomes a lot more harder to play. So I'd be really impressed if they can make it work against NaVi here on the T side. That'd be a nice testament to the fact that they've been doing a lot of hard work.
This is scary. No flash. Simple saw a barrel. Are they going to get him off? No! That's a jump around the corner. They can't. He can't hit the shot, though. They're going to run him down. Bits in the sight. Simple's trying to play a one-way on the smoke, but he's looking the wrong way, trying to play anti, and they just run right through. Take him out and remove Bit after one. Don't know where that was meant to go, but it doesn't matter because Rare Atom break their way in for a third. And if there's one thing we can say about this team right now, especially on Inferno, is they've got the reps in. This is a roster that is on an 11-win streak on Inferno right now. That's domestic, of course. It's all against Chinese teams and Mongolian teams, and then obviously one win over Liquid here at this tournament as well. So 11 in a row. That ain't bad, Anders. That shows you've at least got some depth. to be dominating the Asian scene. And when we spoke to these guys on the desk the other day, they even said like, oh no, we're not the best team in Asia. We're the second best. We're definitely the second best. We're not the best. But man, they just have such a good track record against IHC, who have sure done more internationally, but head to head has been pretty good. And yeah, I mean, IHC were the last team to beat Rare Atom on Inferno.
And you know, in fairness to them, even right now, if we just locally look at what's going on here, it's going to favor Rare Atom at the moment.
Simple on the boost. Balcony bound. Rare Atom going early into middle. 135 Simple. Oh, he spots him, and Kazo is scoped up, so it's an easy kill for Simple. Who's looking up there? MPL behind the long smoke, but Rare Atom, they're just giving middle. Navi don't care anymore. 5-on-4. That's a nice molly, but no one plays off of it. And even as the smoke fades, MPL is allowed to escape. Solo B for Electronic, but he's got a Molotov. He's got 2 smokes back in spawn. He's jumping. Going to have all the time in the world to stall the clock out. As Rare Atom gets spotted, they're still looking for another pick to get them back in this round.
They've actually rotated even more people over to the B-bomb side. They're so sure that they're going to end up here.
They're going to push down.
Yeah, this is nice. You know, it can feel like a win-win for Electronic. Either you catch them doing that, or they kill you, and then it spurs them up into the B play, into the stack. Now you know you've cleared out Banana, and you find yourself in the 5v2. This gives you a tremendous degree of freedom.
.30 seconds. Jamyoung trying to see if he can make his way onto the balcony. Mercury down below. This seems like an absolutely unwinnable round. Navi, they're really far back. They're not giving them any chances to make mistakes. So that is a good pick off. And MPL's alone back here. He's going to pick up the 1 kill, and that's going to buy enough time. Even if he dies and they get the bomb plant, obviously, very, very winnable round from Navi. So they're up to 5.
Solid shots for MPL. First kills of the game. Needed them, really, just to give Navi a confident round, right, with 4 alive and make some money. So don't let Rare Atom start clutching, because then they really get to show off their individuals, right? A lot of players get unlocked when they suddenly see themselves alone. No responsibility, but their own ability. Navi 5-3.
In this round, and even then he's taking the safe path to rotate in through spawn. This is going to leave you very shy on time. This might cost you dearly. They're flashing in. As mentioned, the first fight here weighted super heavily in whether or not Navi can accomplish this retake. So much time are wasting. And there's Mosia with the first. MPL dead as Jamyoung finds him. And so Rare Atom have got this one in the bag. Perfecto falls as well. This is a very expensive round here for Navi. And it's one that, I mean, a part of me would have liked to have seen them right off the moment Bit takes that long to move around.
You just feel that you've done more damage with the smoke spam with that double nade coffins, but it was actually they really did nothing. And good to see Rare Atom learn from their mistakes. That post plant was so tight. MPL gets to back dark before anyone even sees him. Somehow he creeps all the way through. They are so tucked, they're giving away nothing. Are aloof for Navi in that round. And yeah, I would have liked to save too, but Navi were hoping they'd done more than they had.
Some really good discipline. All right, this time same boost, but this time it gets checked. Mercury, well aware. Both Simple and MPL gone down, but Bit, even just the MP9 is doing good work here. He's going to try and flash his way in. He's got this at the top of the head. He can almost get the kill, but not quite. Mercury's going to live, and now he spins around. It's Moja showing up with a strong shot. Electronic and Perfecto, they're in trouble here. They do not have a kit. They don't have any more nades or anything. So, I mean, they don't have a lot to throw away necessarily, but still, this is looking real good for the T side once again.
Yeah, they're playing for this, and I think this is coming from a place of confidence, but I don't know if that's like the answer that's required right now from Navi. Electronic and Perfecto tried to move in to retake this 2-on-3 without a kit. Electronic, good for that first, but traded immediately after. They were always going to double swing him in that moment. So Rare Atom now at 5. The money for Navi gone. Rare Atom are about to take the lead.
I mean, it's hard to know what could have been a couple of flashes here and there. So Rare Atom, this is a big fake. They're keeping Navi boxed in on A. The clocks will start to tick as they start running back up B. Electronic in this position very late. Going to be uncleared. Can he escape? Oh, he'll take 2. That will do. Now up to 1 man in the bomb site. There's still a lurker killing rotations. Perfecto ahead of the smoke, but that's going to cool them off. They're waiting for this flank. It needs to happen now. Smoke has another few seconds on it still. Jam Young runs through and Perfecto can't take two. There's a chance for Navi on this retake.
What's weird here is they don't know where Mercury's going to have got to in all this downtime. Only over at the coffins, though, so not really going to have this massive element of surprise that they're hoping for. Simple and Bit looking to move in here. Two top performers for Navi still in this retake. Flash goes over, and Bit wins the opener. Now just Mercury, and a lot of damage done. But the killing blow belongs to Bit, who ties us up at 6-all. And marks an important date in the calendar for Navi. They finally launch one of these retakes over towards this B site successfully.
You got to assume the hero that round really is Electronic, because the time that he buys, I think he heard them stepping to begin with. The fact that they got the double kill out there is absolutely huge. Otherwise, they just run in there and they take over everything. They probably are a lot more confident and quick about fighting Perfecto, which would have limited the time for the rotation as well.
Yesterday, he had a couple of double kills with the big alligator. The medium green, we'll call it. It's not quite the orb, but it will fund it. Kaze on the boost. First T-side orb and puts it to use. Taking down Electronic on the jump spot.
Dude, like, Electronic has that, like, half a second of realization where he's mid-jump and he just goes, well, shit. And it's like, great. You know, that's the freest kill of his life. We've leapt into the barrel and it's given over a 5v4 immediately.
How many does he get, Harry?
Oh, with the auto shotgun?
Yeah. None? One. That's a nice of you. Bit in the Molotov. Well, he's only going to get one now. Simple. If he can take Apps at a good timing. Oh, but that's weapon switch. Now he's got an AK. Now it's definitely more than one. Simple. More heads as he eviscerates Advent. They are just walking into him. And Simple will farm up 3 in the round. Navi take the lead back. The shotgun that set him up for success.
I was right as well.
Yeah, he got one.
I said he gets one with the shotgun. Yeah. That was the quote. That was the question.
Technically,
that's all he got. So I nailed it. Me and Simple, 100% success rate right now.
Yeah. That's so unfortunate.
The cursed Jamyong, I blame Harry for that.
Yeah, true.
It's obviously what happened. Otherwise, he would have been gone out, ready to take him down, no problems.
Oh. Well, we'll find out. Bit seems to think it will be Navi. Pushing all the way through the apartments, now getting spammed and going back in for more. Bit gets his revenge around that smoke. Jamyong prodded the bear. The bear's got claws. Bit with the double.
Don't want to prod bears, Anders.
You need one of those. Have you seen those medieval bear fighting costumes that have the spikes on them?
No.
That's impressive.
As a real thing.
Show me that
bears?
on Google in the half-time break. I want to get in on this wavelength. Here we are. Electronic dead. Mosia's trying to give them a chance back into the round.
Not a bad shot at all. Maybe a slim chance here, but Navi has started the shot. Bit, though, is miles away, so theoretically, this is more like a 3-on-3 retake for a while. A big risk being taken. Simple. He gets the one kill there. The smoke is up covering it. Gets up close and personal.
I watched a bit of demos of them and kind of got an idea of how they like to play.
All right, good. Well, you listen. This is this isn't like a classroom or anything. This is you can just show up and talk some shit. And
yeah,
it's all
you
good.
could not even talk about the game if you wanted to.
Yeah, you don't
could
actually
just
have
sit
to.
here and like chill.
I like to talk
for an hour.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, let's go then. Jamyong drops the little one-way, plays over the top of it in the graveyard. Flashes rain over. It's Bit and Perfecto with the kills first. They find everyone in A. And if this were a rifle round, Rare Atom would be looking to save. 2v4 in the pistol. No kit as well. It's a bit of a rough spot to be in.
They find those kills early on. I think this is exactly what Rare Atom themselves on the T side would have wanted in the pistol round. They just couldn't do it. But yeah, they just ran in there with everyone on the Navi side, and there were plenty of fights to be had. Now it's Mercury on his own. 1 versus 3. He's got dualies. He's got bullets. He just can't find anyone. And when he finally does, it's a double fight, so a little bit unfair. Good for Perfecto, a triple kill. He had a bit of a rough time over at the B bombs, and it wasn't the best of times over there. 3 MAC-10s, a Galil and an AK.
Yeah, okay. It's still going to be pretty tough for Rare Atom here. 4 of them doesn't have head Kevlar. I think it's always something you have to consider if you are doing this full eco on the second round. Like the opponents, like Navi probably know that there's no way they will have head armor, so they can abuse this by just running. Like essentially, I'm not the biggest fan normally of when you see there's a lot of MAC-10 on the opponent's side. It can be pretty tough to just get away with this buy from Rare Atom, but we'll see how it works out.
Maybe especially on a map like Inferno, where even the MP9 will be pretty good, right? It's not like having the M4 is a huge advantage anyway.
Yeah, like I think a lot of the time in this scenario, you actually just have to go for the head armor because like there's 4 guns here that can essentially ruin your round.
This is crazy. Perfecto's going B through CT spawn to A. I've never seen someone take that routing. At least not in that way. Kaze down in the pit, does a bit of damage, and now NaVi kind of lost in the source here. They're going back, and they've still got him. Oh, hang on. What's happening? Mosier stood so still, they didn't even see him. And MPL, by the way, is still in A. He will eventually die. The bomb's going down at B, but it's spammed out. Electronic dead. And welcome to the circus, everyone. That's a rare atom round right there, I guess.
That is...
In the crossfire and the crosshairs this time. But a 4-round gap. Rare atom on the CT side. If they could build up the economy, definitely possible to run it back from here. It's a good headshot from Perfecto. Entering onto Banana. We'll take it. What's a good move for the CTs now? 4 and 5. They're 2 at A, 2 at B.
I would say that you probably have to gamble a bit. Either you have to re-aggress in one area, or you just have to do the outsider special by just fully gambling aside. Put 3 guys on one side, 1 on the opposite to potentially kill the lure. Like sometimes you, in a situation like this with NaVi, you want to potentially explore the side, right? Especially now when it's 5v3. So you probably have to gamble it some way. Maybe put one guy that as soon as he gets the kill rotates fast off. The other would be to just stack 3 guys and just save if they go the opposite side. It's going to be a tough scenario.
I'm just going to say it. I know it's probably just me who cares about this, but you call it the outsider special, but I'm pretty sure MSL did it way before everybody else. And history's robbed him, obviously, because North was an unbelievable mess.
But if it's MSL, then it's like then we can go back to 1.6, right? They're way older.
True.
Like the guys I know from 1.6, MSL wasn't even born almost.
Yeah, it's probably true.
So I'm not going to give him credit.
No,
but I will say that the reason why I call it the outsider special is because they will do it in a 5v5 scenario blindly. They will just take the blind gamble, like without any info.
He has to keep peeking. Mercury, if he would have kept peeking and stopped the bomb, that would have been the run. Yeah, they might do it anyway.
They've won it.
Oh,
They've already won it. They just won that. They just won that. We all saw it. That was a 2v4 inside of the B site. Mercury gets away, 2v3 inside of the B site. Mercury got away with murder. Kaze rotated through the spawn, and they just won the round. NaVi had
scary.
it, and then Rare Atom won it. I don't know how. Oh, Mosier.
No, but I do actually think that Rare Atom is having a pretty good game. I obviously watched them a bit. I would say that when we played them, I actually felt like they were having really good protocols. The only thing was that they potentially, well, I guess what I thought was that they might lack a plan B. At least when we played them, we disrupted what we saw in the counter, and from there they had a hard time finding the next answer. I obviously don't know what kind of prep NaVi did for them, but I would say that they didn't look like the Asian teams I played 3 or 4 years ago, because they actually looked super solid when I watched them.
I mean, the results kind of speak for themselves a little bit, right? Obviously, beating Liquid is one thing, but then now, I mean, even being competitive against NaVi is kind of cool to see.
Yeah, and also when I prepped for them, I actually saw that they went playoff at DreamHack Valencia, and they almost took 2 maps off. Outsiders won that event.
Yeah.
And I think the match was 16-14, 16-12. So I think they have a pretty proven track record against Tier 1 at this point, that they can actually compete.
Yeah, very hard team to play against. So yeah, that's interesting. Electronic last man left with about 14 seconds, or just 1 second. Mosier going to be able to find that kill. Nobody dies on the Rare Atom side as they narrow the gap to just 2 rounds. This is starting to look pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, they're closing it up, man. This is starting to feel a little worrisome, right? Because
in place in order to win, so it will always be mind games, and sometimes you hit the jackpot, sometimes you don't.
Some of these rounds almost decided by Kaze at that archway corner, because he's not getting smoked off. He's allowed to sort of re-peek that position, but he did it the 3rd time. He got shut down, but still, I mean, that's a little bit disappointing for NaVi too. If they had that top mid control, they could probably do more to get rid of him if they really wanted to. Oh wow, this is looking ugly. Walking into a crossfire here, Harry.
yeah, this is a bit scuffed. They're trying to come in right at the close. The bomb's just been dropped, and they can't win the round anymore. Rare Atom have stolen.
Economy will always factor in a lot also. If I know that they have like a lower buy, let's say Mag 10s, there's certain things we need to worry about more than others, right? So yeah, I would say that especially like one of the things that I think that, as I said with the Mag 10s, in a round where people are buying in the third round, I think what is often very good is like making a quick surprise play with these Mag 10s, because you can essentially run rifles down. They won't have a lot of utility, and if you go at them fast and you run them down with numbers, it's going to be hard for the M4s if they don't have head Kevlar and utilities to stop you early on, right?
It's about to be 5 round losses in a row here coming out for Navi. They've lost 4 in a row, and in those rounds, one of them, they've got the bomb down. The rest, they've either run out of time or been killed. So it's a bit rough. They're not really even getting onto the bomb sites and getting the after plant scenario running, really.
Yeah. They should have had a good start, especially if you, like as Harry alluded to, like the second round was a bit of a robbery, right? But,
sure,
but after that, they've been looking pretty impressive, Rare Atom.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Navi try to abuse B a little bit more, right? This is where you have, you know, Advent over here. He's having a bit of a rough game, you know. I think on top of that, feels somewhat unexplored with the exception of the round where they went B to A to B, which I don't count as a B play. So yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind, you know, I hope that the ending of this round is a sign of things to come, right? They go and explore it there. They kind of confirm their suspicions, all right? They're playing that 2-3. And so now, you know, I would love to just see even kind of a more standard, like take that top banana control, try to take away top mid, cut off the information that Rare Atom are able to get, and then try to go for something, you know, a little bit later in the round, like a B pop. I don't think it has to be super abstracted.
Pressure to go free, guys, which will happen pretty often, especially if Kaz is sitting on long with the orb clearing the entire thing. But yeah, obviously it doesn't look like that's the
No,
case.
right? They still seem to believe that A is the answer. They think this is their way
fair,
in.
Navi is a major winner, so
Yeah.
I think they might...
They know what they're talking about.
And we are not playing this map, so they are maybe the bigger experts than me in this area.
That's an MP5. Interesting. Well, they're pushing them back already. They're already pushed back, but they're sort of getting a bit of control here. Still got about 40 seconds left on the clock. Kaze, that's so unbelievably scary. But he's made his way past. He wants to get through and try and see if he can help out his teammates that are down in the pit, doubling up. 30 seconds now. Electronic is checking out the archway, and this looks like they're going to be trying to crunch this. It might just all come down to whether or not Kaze can beat Electronic.
Now, right? Kaze should be down.
Oh yeah, he's dead. Electronic has that one on a platter. 15 seconds though. We've seen one kill on the wrong man at the right time. Rob rounds from Navi. Bit turns on a dime with the MP5.
That should... It actually looked like a Rare Atom round until that last whiff kill.
That is sick.
I wonder if, you know, I'm never willing, like a 2v3, every other team in the world, I'll be like, yeah, they're saving on numbers alone. But with Rare Atom, I'm not prepared to call it, although this looks pretty safe. I'll say it. They're saving. Here we are. They're not going for it.
It's not nuke against us, right?
That's the best MP5 kill I think we've ever seen.
Dude, yeah, no one really makes that gun look too pretty. And Bit, that was quite nice. The little 180 turn, find the second man, save the round, save the day.
I was going to say, Bit has to run like farther away than this. Gotta be careful with that new radius. All right, good on him. Finally, that's after losing how many rounds? Yeah, 5 in a row.
They're still in danger because they only survived 2 guys here, and the CT still have more than enough economy to get a great buyout, right?
It feels like since the changes,
So, like, a late retake probably isn't a possibility if you can just sit in pit and have fun,
and just
right?
hold the bomb, right? It's just free.
Some of the really early beta versions, like way before 1.6 or 1.0 or anything like that, you could plant the bomb anywhere. Like, you didn't have to plant it at the bomb site. You obviously wouldn't win the round, but you could blow up a lot of enemies if they just didn't, you know, weren't paying attention, which people didn't. Oh, wow. Maybe that's why they're not going B so much. They're running in Emoja. He's got a double kill. It's a 3-on-3.
Like a Navi round, right?
It should be, surely.
This is my issue. Like, I know a lot of people are huge fans of Inferno and think that it's a very good map. I actually tend to disagree because of the fact that like the sites are so hard to retake it, and I don't think that makes for the best CS actually. I think there is pretty good things about the map. However, like, I think it's being praised a bit too much for some flaws that it like obviously have to. Like, I think everyone can see that. I think the stats also back it up that. You see too much saving on the map, I think, and It's too hard for CTs to get back in.
I knew I liked you. I knew I loved you, Snappy. Like that is the best take. That is the best take anyone's set up here so far, man. I'm feel honored to be in the presence of someone else who doesn't love this map.
Well, I'm not saying it's like one of the worst maps, but I'm just saying
that's exactly how I feel.
There's no way that it's better than a map like Nuke or Mirage. It's way more open, where you can do retakes and like tactical CS.
I think it gets like really hyped up because there's been some great series played on Inferno, sure.
As well coming out here potentially from Rare Atom. They've got a flashbang, a couple more. They could slow this down even further. 20 seconds as they're making their way through. What a boost on top. This is sick, countering the smoke towards the coffins.
Beautiful. What a way to do it.
Still going to be rough.
Well, they can back out and play the 5v4. They need to wait a moment for everyone else to move around. They got a good bit of the utility. That's the one thing they've got going for them. Like a lot of flashes.
Now, right? Or where's he? He's been banana with his orb.
This could be a really good test of what we were just talking about. 4 on 5, trying to retake a bomb site should be a pretty good deal, but it might not be. Oh, Pop with a Mac 10. It's a double kill for Vector. Electronic continues, and you can see now they're just going to get traded left and right. Mercury can't even really escape in Kaze. He's going to get a parting kill and just evacuate 14 rounds on the side of Navi. They had the utility. They had the manpower. They still couldn't do it.
But it's still tough.
Oh, that one's going to hurt them, man. That could have been the way back in for Rare Atom right near the end of this game, right? If they end up picking that up, suddenly they're within reaching distance of Navi. There would have been a reset going Navi's way, so Rare Atom probably would have tied the game up. But that's not a future that we live in, right? They're now relegated down to this 1 AWP on Kaze. And everyone else, best pistol armor, but I take.
Yeah,
don't really want to give the AK.
Like, if this wasn't simple, like I swear this teammate would be asking, "Can we trade?"
Yeah, but because it's simple, it's
give me the off.
It's fine, bro.
But because it's simple, he's probably
I'll play Deagle. It's okay. It's fine. Right, the bomb's been left at T-ramp. Simple holding over at top. Banana hoping for a fight. Nothing comes his way. Perfecto goes back and gets the bomb. And so Navi have got their eyes set on the A play, but another one of these little gimmicky boosts pulled out over the top of the Moto smoke, or long smoke rather. Now position getting taken by Navi. They've at least dodged the boost. There's the Moto smoke thrown in. Mercury trying to fight ahead of it. And he does get lit up by Electronic. Now they're wrapping the spawn. This is becoming a B play with Perfecto ready to move up Banana as well.
And it's hard to figure out who's going to win this one. Advent's playing up close once again, but that smoke is going to be fading, and he's going to feel very squished. I wonder if Mojang is going to be able to help him out. That's a massive kill. Now, there's only one arm of the attack left. They have to just focus on this, and they're hearing the footsteps. They realize what's coming next. Advent spinning around for the shot on MPL, and now 10 seconds. One good kill here to stop the bomb, and that's probably all they need. Or 5 seconds. They just barely get it. That is scary close. Man, a little bit more survival there on Mojo at the end, and maybe it would have worked out. Now it's a 2-on-2 in the afterplant.
Yeah, both players from Rare Atom coming up Banana as well. They're going to start to clear out the site.
They have no utility. It's going to be so hard without a smoke in this situation. I think Navi should have a pretty easy time on this round, I would say.
If they just go and stick it, but obviously they can't know what we know. But I mean, in theory, if they just do it, then maybe that actually would work. Now, it's a bit late.
Yeah, but the problem is they cannot really bait them out when they have no utility. They obviously have to go and tap the bomb, but they can be anywhere at this point, Navi, right? So it's such a hard round.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's one where, like, you would have, like you're saying, even like one drop of info further, even just knowing like roughly what that second man got up to would have been so liberating. Suddenly they could have tapped the bomb. That's like the one way they could have baited the peaks, right? Without the util, like you're saying. But they don't do any of that. As far as they're aware, someone could be at like dark or quad and just swing them as soon as they go near it.
Yeah.
That could have been, maybe even should have been a 14-13 scoreline. Now it's
there's bet to pull out a potential upset.
Yeah, it's been kind of a nice bit of karma, though. Like, in the same way Rare Atom robbed a bunch of rounds at the end of Navi's CT side. You know, they're doing, Navi are now doing the same to them.
Yeah, but obviously it's not over. Who knows, like...
I like that. Suspense building, snappy. Electronic brings us back into a 4v4. Not over yet. Navi still poised for the A hit. They have that kind of plan B option available. Perfecto all the way up at top. Banana. Question now becomes, how do they want to use him? Electronic still making noise over on the long side, and there's Perfecto getting spotted. He's got util, and now that he's been seen, yeah, he's going to start to drop it in, trying to cause a bit of a ruckus here.
Look at Electronic.
This is given room, and yeah, Electronic threading this needle through library. I mean, this was how Na'Vi opened up a round just a couple ago.
That was a good shot.
Lovely shot with the Deagle, but they're never ready for Electronic there. Will get traded, and Simple's dead now as well. Na'Vi, it's starting to fall apart. It's just Perfecto, 1v3, and Mosier will find him, delivering a 13th round from down in the pit.
This guy actually has sick aim. Like I saw him against Liquid and also against us. I felt like he hit some pretty good shots at times.
Yeah, he's up to 21 kills. Mercury at 22. Good mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've very much enjoyed watching them play. I think as well, you know, in case it wasn't obvious for some of the conversations we were having in the first half that you actually weren't here for, Snappy. I'm down here working this banana control a little bit. They had Simple scoped up on top mid, so MPL's feeling brave. And they're going to start to work their way up, take away this banana control again.
It's very much the same defense that it's been for a while. Kaze was playing over at the corner again of Arch. You smoked back a little bit, but he's still kind of in the same position all the time with the AWP. They feel like they've at least put enough pressure on top mid, maybe, that they can start to set up on this banana position. It might just be enough. I mean, two-man defense. If they hit it in the next 10 seconds, this could work.
It should be tough, though. The utility isn't exactly great over on the B side if they decide to hit that. Like, they will be out of smokes at 25, so...
Na'Vi, are they faking this, or are they going to try and wrap?
It does look like a B. Wait, is it a fake where they will get the bomb and these two guys will walk long or short now?
They might.
Dude, they're leaving this down to the final 20 seconds.
It's A hit.
It's A through B again. They've called this multiple times now. Perfecto.
There's two statues on A there, so...
Yeah, they're not moving. But look at the clock as well. 12 seconds. Oh, they line up for the smoke. Oh, it's an absolute shutdown. Overtime surely coming up after this. Jamyoung just has to stay alive for another second, and it will be done. Rare Atom managing to push now.
I thought he was going to get caught by Perfecto there.
Yeah, well, just like freestyling through the smokes. Not blind to the flash. Dead to a guy rushing you.
Here we
Could
go.
have been in the beginning and the end. But now, fast play in a B. Mosier with the first, and Advent wins another. Oh, buddy, Simple's getting chased. They run through after him. Bit's dead. Bye. Nade finds him. And, well, Rare Atom looking for a nearly flawless first round in OT. Jamyoung, I wonder where he's going to end up. Down in the pit waiting. Ah, here it is. His favorite position to steal rounds away from Na'Vi. MPL dead on this swing immediately. And so Rare Atom find the first in OT, and they find it as close to clean as you can get. 4 still alive at the end.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised. I feel like exactly this kind of round is one that so many CT sides just have a really hard time of holding. Like once they're allowed to get that close and they just get the pop, like there's so many people there. I feel like a lot of teams fall to this. Liquid, this is exactly the kind of thing that they just lost, I think, 4 or 5 rounds to.
Yeah, but I think the strat that now he got the first kill from CT, and when he shuts that point man down, he's the one who's going to probably kill that first box guy.
Yeah.
And then he even tagged the second guy, making him like a bit stunned, so that who was it, Advent on first box had an easy kill, and that strat is all about like getting in and getting the space very quickly. But, I mean, you can never prevent the smoke.
Oh my god, they've been mauled. Mosier is lighting them up right now. Electronic's doing everything he can. He's 28-19. He's really trying to keep Na'Vi in this. But it's not happening. Throwing into the clutch, a 1v3. So much being asked of Electronic in this round. He might have a path if he can get past Mercury at the back of the B site. But in moments like this, Rare Atom don't really fight you at B, right? Like, we've had rounds where they just sit back at Nubox here. They just sit back and they wait. Like, they'll wait for you to come into the site knowing that the pressure is on Electronic, not on Mercury here. He's starting to swing, giving it a jiggle, and Electronic's seen him. Molly goes in, smoke for CT. That's going to lock Kaze's AWP out. Even the nade for more follow-up damage.
Oh my God.
This is great from Electronic, but he still can't win it. knocked out, wasn't ready for Mercury to re-swing that. He thought Kaze was pushing through the smoke because he runs up to it, and so it's a lovely little like sound fake to allow Mercury to get that kill.
That's like a round though where it's not all the time that you can actually see what a player is thinking, but from Electronic there you get like, he's such a good reader of the game. That's even if he dies, that's super sick. But they're really, really close. Probably very tempting when you're that set up. Flashes are coming through. Smoke to try and stop the Molotov. That is pretty decent. Advent and Moja, bit of a crossfire, but that's a hard clear for Electronic. He blows up Advent and Bit. Yeah, he's going to catch one, and that's plenty enough. He'll take it. Definitely around for Navi here.
Yeah, I don't think there's much debating that at this point.
Nah, come on. It's going to be the 2v5 we all talk about.
You believe?
Yeah, I believe. Oh, I don't believe anymore. I don't believe anymore.
Okay.
1v5, simple on the angle. Kaze, he wins that one. Any more? One man is flanking him, so he's only got 3 to find in the site. No time, though, and Perfecto pushes him, so Navi will get that round. And reluctantly, I'll take the L on that one.
You believe for like 2 seconds.
I did believe for 2 seconds.
Sold that position faster than the credits investors. Out, instantly out.
Look, man, I was out. Mercury died on the rotate. It was a done deal.
17-16. Rats just need 2 more rounds. And
Blade also alluded to it, the fact that if your default is not working and you're not controlling the map, it's just too big a map to, you cannot like just rely and, okay, we'll just run this set track to get an easy point, right? You have to rely on your default on overpass, so if you cannot make that work, it will be impossible to win the map.
Yeah, even for just like how, you know, one-sided it can feel sometimes. Like you're saying, like, you know, when you get like a CT start and you just hit the ground running, like if you win pistol CT side, oh, you're just rubbing your hands together. Like, bro, we can 15-0 if we don't drop the ball. Like, this is perfect. So yeah, you know, I always feel weird about that map.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think they play well versus you guys on Nuke. Obviously, you guys still picked up the big dub, which is what matters at the end of the day. But I think, you know, if they can bring that same sort of level versus Navi, if they beat Navi in this opening map, I don't know what happens there. Simple in the site, but mollied out. It's a last-second play. And what's so, you know, what's so, like, poetic about this is Navi were trying to go for these slow, last-second execs throughout the entirety of their T-side, and more often than not, it felt like it was hurting them. Rare Atom just run it back here to find map point. They do what Navi were trying to accomplish consistently in their T-side, and they stick the landing to find map point at 18-16.
But I feel like they truly leveled up. Like, if you both IHC, when you saw them, both at the major, but also at the Katowice, and now Rare Atom, like, I always feel like the Asian teams was kind of lagging behind the meta. They were playing a bit of a weird style. And obviously they still have maybe a bit of a different style, but I feel like they play way more of a European style of Counter-Strike at this point. They, like, super slow, methodical round now. Like, the utility is on point. They're hitting the side together. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I've been like reluctant to just say like, you know, the Asian style of Counter-Strike because like you said, I don't think it feels super applicable. It does feel like it's going about things, but it feels like the core methodology behind a lot of the ideas that are being made align with what teams here in Europe do.
Yeah.
Good opener from Simple. He's not been shy of nice flicks in this map. And nearly 30 kills deep, that's not surprising. But in spite of all of that, Rare Atom are still the ones 5 kills away from picking up this map. A man down in this round. They're going to leave it all to the B play.
Well, they're going to go really quick behind it as well. The boost, good for the one. And the crossfire, a little bit of help maybe. Electronic has done much of it on his own. Kaze up there. Oh, tries.
Hey!
The follow-up no scope.
Hey!
Oh, nicely done. 1 versus 3.
Ready for it?
This is it. This is the Kaze round.
1 versus 5 to close it out in overtime. That would be mythical.
Right. No one's ever won a 1v5 before. Kaze, here we are. He's got 3 left to find. Let's see if he can do it. Bomb plant. Navi moving in. They've got double nades. Once they know where he is, they can just nade him out of the round.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Unless he removes the nades. There's the shot for Kaze. He even hears the AWP fire off from spawn. 1 nade brings him down. Simple could end it with a nade, but he's not pulled it. Kaze on for the ace clutch. Goes for the no-scope. Comes up short. 4 out of 5, but Bit puts a stop to him, and the game carries on.
I felt like the Counter-Strike, that was actually pretty close, that no-scope, no?
It's so close.
Dude, I think
I felt like the Counter-Strike gods was a bit against him there.
Yeah. You know, if that was like, I don't know, let's say Jame back there.
I want to see it in slow motion. How like I feel like that could easily have been a hit.
Yeah. Oh, you could see
Kaze
it
was
coming.
robbed, man.
If that was Cyber, there's no way that shot didn't hit.
Or like Monacy or something, just backside. Oh.
I want it from the other. I want it from Cap.
From the Rare Atom boys who take away Banana to open up this round.
Also not exactly around the last one where, you know, Navi might win it, but they're not going to be celebrating, and it's not going to be a lot of confidence for them either. It's maybe a little bit shocking saying, wait a minute, we're actually having to fight really hard. I mean, we saw at the beginning how Simple was challenging in the middle and just probably...
If they hit B fast now.
Oh.
He's
Yeah,
alone with only a flash here. It's gonna be. This is gonna be map.
It looks like it. Perfecto. He's been having kind of a hard
Full
game in
gambling now.
regulation.
This should be the map.
They've gambled, but on the wrong side. This is a nightmare. Oh! Moshe blows up Perfecto. And yeah, Electronic and LPL, they're trying to get here in time, but they're not going to be able to stop the bomb. 7 seconds left, and the bomb will be planted. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, they have a re-smoke for spawn.
They do, and Jamyong is holding the middle. This might be over.
Dude, they've done this boost a lot as well to try and reclaim man advantages.
Jamyong is even on the flank now.
Yeah.
And there's probably like almost 10 seconds left on that smoke still.
Okay, they found Kaze, but yeah, Jamyong could be the one to win the whole damn thing right now. Backstab lands, Simple dead, NPL with the trade. But is this going to be enough? They're running out of time here. They've got to get on that bomb, and they've got to get on it quick. NPL dead to Advent. Electronic trades, but he can't win it. Rare Atom have done it, and there's the swing.